Hello and welcome back to the Fantasy Playmakers. What's up, guys? In today's video, I'm going to be running through an injury report going into week 9 of the NFL season. So just some players you guys should keep your eyes on. So going through guys who are good to go, questionable, doubtful, and then players who have already been ruled out. All I ask is that if you guys enjoy the content or find it informative, please just hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. But let's get right into the players who are good to go for Sunday. Starting it off with Taysom Hill, but this one's kind of a tricky situation. So Taysom Hill has missed a few weeks with a concussion. He is going to be playing. He'll be dressing Sunday, but he is actually not slated to start. It looks like that is going to be Trevor Siemian. So I know I'm someone who I have a few of my quarterbacks on bye. I've got Brady in a few leagues, so I did need to pick up a backup to plug in and play this week, and Taysom Hill was a guy I was definitely looking at because he has that rushing upside. But right now, I don't think you can comfortably start him because we don't even know if he is going to be the starting QB, and if he's not the starter, the value is just not going to be there. So if you do currently have Taysom Hill in your starting lineup, I would recommend kind of looking for a backup option. And then the other player, another quarterback who's good to go, Dak Prescott, missed week 8 with a calf injury. He is back and ready to go on Sunday. Then let's go through some players who are still questionable, starting off with Tua. He's still dealing with that rib injury a little bit, and then he also has a left finger injury. I would be expecting him to go as of right now. Kenny Galladay, still dealing with that knee injury. I feel like this one is pretty up in the air. He's missed a few games in a row. They're still having injury problems at the wide receiver position, so this one I don't really have a great call on. Sam Darnold is also questionable. He's been dealing with a concussion and a right shoulder injury. I don't trust him in my lineup if he is good to go, so this is kind of one you probably just want to avoid. Rashad Bateman is also listed as questionable with a groin injury. Remember, that's actually what held him out at the beginning of the season, but I think he should be good to go on Sunday. His teammate Sammy Watkins could make his return here, still dealing with that thigh injury. Even if he's good to go, I really don't think you have any confidence playing him in your lineup. Then we have two Cowboy wide receivers, Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. Cooper's dealing with a hamstring. Lamb is dealing with an ankle. I expect both of them to play. Cole Beasley dealing with a rib injury. I also think he has a pretty solid shot to play. James Robinson seems a little bit more up in the air. Left last Sunday's game with a heel injury. If he's unable to go, Carlos Hyde will be the guy, but we really just have to wait and see at this point. Deandre Hopkins dealing with a hamstring injury. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they hold him out of this game. It also comes down to Kyler Murray. He's dealing with an ankle injury, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with both of their star players. Just like the Cardinals, the 49ers also have two key players who are currently injured, Elijah Mitchell with a rib injury and Deebo Samuel with a calf. Right now, I think the signs are leaning towards both of these players going. If they don't, if Mitchell's out, it's probably going to be some sort of committee with Hasty, Trey Sermon. It just gets kind of gross there. If Deebo's out, then I don't know who they're going to be throwing the ball to. And actually, one more player that I didn't mention for good to go, their teammate George Kittle. He is off of the IR, and he will be playing this Sunday. A.J. Brown is dealing with a knee injury. He's been dealing with this, throughout the season. He had surgery over the offseason, so I do expect him to play this week. Robert Woods dealing with a foot. There haven't been any indications that he's likely to miss. Eric Ebron with an ankle. He missed last week. Eric Ebron is not a fantasy relevant player, but his teammate Pat Freiermuth is. So if Ebron misses again, I just think that gives Freiermuth a little bit of a bump in rankings. Damien Williams on the Bears dealing with a knee injury. Even if he does play, I still think Khalil Herbert is going to be the guy until Montgomery returns. And then his teammate Darnell Mooney dealing with a groin. Maybe you're starting Mooney in a deeper league, but in like a 10, 12, honestly even 14-team league, I would not trust him in my lineups. Then the last guy here is going to be Christian McCaffrey. He's currently listed as questionable. Personally, I do think he is going to play on Sunday, but I do think it's very likely he's limited, but I'm still plugging him into my lineups if they say he is ready to play and good to go, because honestly, a Christian McCaffrey at 60%, getting 60% of the touches is still a very valuable player, especially at the running back position. So if he's good to go, I would fire him into my lineups because I don't think they're going to put him in for like 5 to 10 touches. Maybe 10 touches, but they're not just going to get him out there if he's not fully ready and then give him just a few carries. I just don't see it happening, so he would be in my lineup. Then we have one player who is doubtful this week, and that is Latavius Murray with an ankle. So it looks like you're going to see the three-headed monster of Devonta Freeman, Le'Veon Bell, and Tyson Williams. If I had to pick one of those players to start, it would be Freeman, but I'm not super confident with it. And then let's shift into the players who have already been ruled out, starting off with some Giants players, Saquon Barkley with that ankle, and then also COVID, Sterling Shepard with that quad. Shepard is someone who I think can really make a nice impact for fantasy football once he is locked into the lineup. He really just cannot avoid the injuries so far, so he may just not get that chance this season. Calvin Ridley is out with mental health. I was just kind of going to list this one on this video, and then I'm probably not going to mention it again until there's some update or he comes back. But he's going to be out for the foreseeable future. Dawson Knox from the Bills out with that hand injury. And then to finish up this list, Aaron Rodgers out with COVID. Obviously, that's going to negatively impact Devontae Adams. They're going to have Jordan Love making the start. Probably give some more volume to guys like Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. But I don't really think this is a huge boost for them because overall the offense is not going to be as solid. So there's going to be less scoring opportunities. So they may see more volume with less efficiency and less touchdown upside. But that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you guys enjoy the content, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time.